Hi, welcome everyone. Thanks to all new subscribers. Hopefully you'll stick around. Usually they roll down. If you're real people, that's even better. In NASA footage, 1 second, I'm going to show you this. Those jellyfish-like creatures propelling themselves. In this image, I believe you see, in the circle, biological creatures, living organisms, and everything around it could be the UFOs. There are different types, or they're all different types of living organisms. Bioluminescent creatures that are seen in the STS-75 Tether Incident mission. Quite simply. Nothing hiding. On the right, you see a city with massive walls, with no filtering or nothing. And inside of the lens, you can see a tic-tac shaped object. What NASA is showing, what I showed in the video yesterday, what I showed at the beginning, these jellyfish objects, that's off of the moon. It's not on the surface. So still, it's not quite revealing. NASA did not show what's on the surface here inside of the smoke. What are you looking at? It's Plato Crater, black straight line coming from the cradle. No, not the cradle plater, but the Plato Crater. What do you think of it? It's smoke at the end of a line, and we see debris or a UFO or some type of creature going towards that smoke. The smokes on the surface are really the reason why we're not seeing the surface properly. If you understand how close I am getting and having to get to be able to show you the objects as big as that size, because we see them small. And that's pretty easy to understand. And I do the same technique for 6 years in a row. It's my 7th year starting now. The only way to differentiate the surface is by adjusting the exposure. I've never hidden it, and I've showed everyone, taken a lot of time to be able to explain it. My first videos, I'd love to find one, or for one of you to find them, of me crying. Literally in tears the first time I understood this. I knew what was about to happen. I knew I was going to make a channel and that I was going to show people the truth. I didn't give a shit about the attacks, as I still don't. It's sort of an honor, a trophy. That's how it is. This is Theophilus Crater. What do you think of that? We're pretty close. We're seeing structuring, a line going across it. At the same time, there is a UFO that you see for a brief instance. If you're on a phone, you're going to have a hard time to see it. If you're on a big screen, well, you're welcome. Let's head over to see another area of the moon, very close to us. It's Earth side. Obviously, I don't film on the dark side. So these UFOs, or biological creatures, do many different things. They have many different characteristics. Do you see that yellow gas coming from this object? It is yellow gas. There's no filtering here. This is the real color, by the way. Moon is very colorful. So look what happened. The object disappeared under the smoke, but then another object appeared. But now smoke is spraying out from something on the left and 3 stationary objects on the surface. Here again, with the inversion. Same way I process all my videos. You see the object going by a crater, and then something appears, and then another 3 dots appear on the surface. So you got to wonder what they are. So when I say UFOs, and again, NASA didn't show anything ever on the surface. This is still exclusive and unique. That can't be a regular UFO because it doesn't look like a standard UFO. This does, right? So does this. I'm capturing a lot of objects. Rectangle. It looks like a thimble for sewing. That was the shape it had. This one you're going to see disappear. I want you all to understand that I've proven that there is a smoke and haze, whether it's oxygen-rich oxygen smoke or clouds, hazes, swamp gas. Doesn't matter. It's still there. Duh. Vapor, right? Do you see how they plunge under the hazes? This one is another type of UFO, let's call it. But look what it does when it takes off. Let's see it one more time. When it takes off, it disappears into the night, not to be seen. Look at this thing taking off. Once they take off from the surface, that's it. We don't know where they are. So they could be all around Earth. They could be all around the moon's atmosphere. Obviously. I'm not making this up, right? But it's not just lights that I'm showing. Here you can see when one disappears, another one appears miles away. Proof that they're interacting with the surface. Let's go all out and zoom up. And I'm not just going to show you them coming out of the surface. I want you to note that there are other black slits everywhere in this image. That's where they're coming out. This is inside of Mare Fecunditatis, just on the bottom south side, seen here from Montreal, Quebec. Those little slits have the lights coming out. When they come out extremely fast. They come out in the middle of the afternoon, around 12 or 1 o'clock, so they can't be seen. Maybe they still do come out at night, but it's an easy way, an effective way, costless, free, to hide, to camouflage themselves. Because whoever they are, they're very smart, and they're naturally using natural things like nature to camouflage themselves. So that's why I was talking about biological UFOs. UFOs with body parts, or living parts if you want. We all say, well, that's stupid. It's not stupid because they're not going to have arms. That's what everyone's imagining when I say that. In reality, the biological part, here's the secret. An animal that camouflages itself like a gecko or something, losing its tail not to get caught in the sand, or a chameleon changing its color to adapt with the surrounding environment. Do you understand that the UFOs and those intelligent races are using that scientific technology to be able to make these perfectly secretive objects, which have been secretive for thousands of years? Just now people are really starting to wake up. But no one would have seen what was on the moon for how many bloody years? How many bloody years if I had not shown this? Honestly, I'm not venting myself. I'm not valorizing myself either. I'm here to expose the truth. I consider myself a whistleblower. I study ufology and astronomy for a reason, because I'm going to expose the moon. They're not telling people what's up on there. How many years would they have kept this secret from us? Forever, as long as they could have. When I post footage like this and it goes unnoticed and gets only a couple of thousands of views, it's very, very sad. These objects are probably about the same height as what NASA we saw in the last video, but probably a lot closer to the surface. NASA's not showing us these objects on the surface. Whether it be a war or not, we're seeing flashing lights like the bloody NASA video yesterday. The flashing lights is something going on. We saw the chemicals and gases that were coming out of the UFO before. No, I didn't see that. Actually, we're going to see that later on in the video. But what you're looking at right here is literally UFOs flying by. There's flashes on the surface. There's some appearing and disappearing. This is absolutely mind-blowing that people aren't jumping all over this. Recently shown on Bruce Sees All a week ago, maybe, I guess. I don't know anymore. Caught a meteor asteroid going by the sun, or some debris, pretty big. Check it out. A spacecraft. Who the hell is that? Why am I filming a spacecraft on the moon where there wasn't a NASA launch? Those are real colors, by the way. There's nothing added. The surface is red. Yep. Reds, purples, greens. It's more colorful than Earth, actually. Maybe even more structuring than Earth. When I see that, I don't care if I don't get any views. I know one thing, is that people that are here, like some of you told me in the community, people that come here are awake, and the right people will come by and see the work. Obviously, this is very hush-hush. So when somebody does see the work, they're probably scrambling on trying to find out what it is, how I did it, whether I'm real or not. You can imagine what they have to go through. Let's get into it, folks. This is the one that has the chemical reaction in the atmosphere. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this one. You're going to see it break, whatever it is, there, or come thinner. You see that? Watch the gas come from it, the one on the left. Now watch the one on the right have gas. Yellow gas. We're calling it gas. It's a fluorescent light. No filtering here. I don't have filters, by the way. I invert. It's been 7 years. You know it by now. So look underneath what's going to happen as it's advancing or as they are advancing, whether it's one or two. A yellowish glow appears underneath where they were. A chemical or a chemical reaction in the atmosphere. There it is again, the yellow gas. So I've filmed, and not captured, that would be really cool. I've filmed at least 3 UFOs, different forms and shapes and different events that have this mysterious yellow gas coming from it. For me, guys, this is, it's a trophy. For me to have been able to capture this, even if my channel closes, just looking at this footage, I showed my son, I'll be showing everyone, that I know about these things. That is nothing that the Pentagon has ever mentioned to us about anything similar. So when I call it exclusive research, and I tell everyone that it's exclusively only here, I ain't kidding. So we'll finish off the video, my dear friends. I love you all for the amazing support you're giving the channel. Thanks for coming to the stream tonight, y'all. This is the sun, absolutely today, this morning, to be able to see Eric on OVNI 2012, he caught a giant planet-sized object in front of the sun. Head over to Eric's channel and check it out to support him. I love you all. Thanks for the amazing support here.
Yeah. Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter 'cause disclosure's coming soon.